Welcome to Wallace and Persis.
Good morning, people. How are you doing today?
So today's topic is going to be about wants versus needs.
Yes. So, Lacretta, quick question. Have you ever put a want over a need?
Rarely. It's not something I usually would do, but it has happened in the past.
Okay, that's a good question because a lot of people don't know what a need is or people don't know what a want is. So, Webster's Dictionary defines a want as to have a strong desire for and to have a inclination to. So now that we know what the definition is, Lacretta, what you still think about the word?
I mean, I think human nature, right? People are going to have that want factor. It's just how we're wired. But I think it's important to make sure that you recognize when something is a want, you prioritize, and you always are diligent to make sure that whatever you're choosing because it's a necessity.
All right. So I'm going to tell you about my back in the day times when I was growing up, or back in the day. My best friend, he would always get the best electronics when we were growing up. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I really want that too. So what I would do is when he got something new, I would try to go out there and get something new as well. It maybe was the generic version, but it was something that I got and I wanted at that time. But then over time, I was like, why did I get this thing? So the want factor just kind of faded away. So I felt like I got duped. I duped myself.
Did you learn from it though?
No, because I ended up buying something else. So he got something else too, and I went ahead and tried to follow him too. So I mean, it was no.
So that's the thing. You gotta recognize, right? We make mistakes, but you gotta recognize when a mistake has happened.
Right.
You gotta recover.
Right. You gotta recover from it. So now that we know what a want is, now we need to focus in on the need. Now, a need is something that is necessary for an organism to live in a healthy life. So, Lacretta, have you been using a need properly?
Oh, all the time. I think it's important for us to recognize that needs are essentials, right? So consider them your four walls, right? That's your food, shelter, transportation, and utilities. So if it lands in those categories, those are needs. And those should always be in your budget.
All right. So I know you said need. It should always be in your budget. But you're trying to tell me you never were like, man, I need some McDonald's French fries.
Well, it depends.
A $3 basket,
Ooh.
the nice size basket of McDonald's French fries. And you need or you're thinking that's a need.
Well, okay, so there's gray areas.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because McDonald's French fries could quickly turn into a want if you have a house full of food.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So there are gray areas, and I think it's important to recognize where something is a gray area and not to fall for the trap. So that brings me to this game that we're going to play.
All right, so we're going to play a game. Now we're going to go ahead and throw some things out when it comes down to it. So the first thing I'm going to throw something out easy. Let's say a car.
Used or new?
Let's go ahead and say used.
A used? Okay, I dropped my paper.
Okay.
But show us yours.
All right, so I was going to say when it comes down to it, I dropped my paper as well. I was going to say a need when it comes down to it. A used car can be a need.
Yes, that is exactly a need. And I do agree. But if it was a new car, that's a want.
Oh yeah, most
and
definitely.
we've been in that situation before where we have bought a car new, and the minute you drive off the lot, it depreciates in value, right?
Very fast.
And we convinced ourselves that we need the security, especially those of us who had clunkers before. We were just like, oh, we need the security, and we don't want to break down on the side of the road. But the reality of it is, there are plenty of used good cars, and we were giving ourselves false sense of security.
Remember that.
What about babysitting?
I say a need.
I say a need and a want.
Explain. Please explain.
Okay, so in some situations, like if you need a babysitter or daycare, any childcare type service, if you're going to work, to me, that's a need. That's a necessity. You need to be able to go to work, and you also need to be able to provide a safe environment for your child while you are at work.
Okay.
But let's say you want to go out, to a party or an event or even a date night. Some may argue date nights are needs versus wants, but that's a different thing. But, just to do entertainment type things or to do something like that, to go shopping or what have you. I think that's a want.
Okay.
I mean, it's not out of necessity. It's more out of, you were inclined. There was something that you wanted to participate in or do.
Right.
And it wasn't because I need to go to work, make a paycheck, and bring it home for my family.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Brothers, I'm so sorry I have to put us out there like this. Brand new 55-inch TV.
What? First of all, please enlighten me.
The reason why I said it was a need, but I'm just joking. But the reason why I said it was a need at that time was because it was something that you wanted.
I wanted and a need.
Okay, you're right. I felt like it was something that you may need at that point in time when you're trying to host events.
So you just need a 55-inch TV.
Hey, if you want that Zoom to show up pretty clean on the TV, you can do it that way.
No, I'm not. So the thing about wants are, wants usually are for entertainment purposes or to, like you said prior, like I saw somebody have something, I would like to have that same thing too. It's more for me about the bonus. It's a bonus, right? I don't need it to survive. You could have a Zoom party on a 13-inch laptop screen, and guess what? The party still happened, right? That's not a need. It does not constitute as food, shelter, transportation, or utilities. So that'd be a no for me.
All right. No for her, maybe for me. The next thing, cable. I gotta go with her on this one. I have to. When we first started our steps with Dave Ramsey and basically getting debt free at that point in time, she brought to my attention, "Hey babe, we need to cut cable." I'm like, "Huh? Cable? Cable is
entertainment."
Yeah.
And so for those of you who are really trying to find ways of cutting back and being able to, catapult this debt-free journey, look at the things that are really more into serving as entertainment versus serving as bare bones, I need this to survive. Cable is one of them.
Yeah, so it was a hurtful feeling that day. It
Not
was.
for me.
Not for her, because she didn't watch TV. No,
I did.
You did.
We all know the Housewives, all of them. I was on it.
Oh yeah, you were on it.
So,
Yeah, you were on it.
So it was definitely a sacrifice, but that's what it boils down to again, recognizing your goals and making sure that the steps that you do align to the goals that you desire.
Okay.
And if we said we wanted to be debt free and we needed, to find money everywhere that we could, or any way that we could pull together, cable was it.
Yeah. So, to do a quick recap of today, we just want to let you know, remember, the 4 walls, you must have those in your budget. Remember, it's basically food, shelter, transportation, and utilities, okay? So make sure that they are a part of your budget.
Your
okay?
monthly budget. Make sure for you married folks that you're having budget meetings. Initially, you're going to have about maybe 2 a month or more, depending on if you guys really need to get on the same page. We needed to get on the same page, so we had quite a few, so we could talk through what made sense and why. But as you guys kind of unite and share a united thought process on the goals for your family, then you know that's gonna kind of come back to once a month, your monthly budget.
Right.
And just always remember a want versus the need. Make sure to categorize it and prioritize it. And for the ones that, you know, fall in that gray area, put those to the side. I would structure it first where I understand all my needs and make sure you handle your needs first. Gray area things, and then the things that you know for sure are wants, put them at the very end. Just to keep yourself out of trouble and keep yourself on the right path.
Most definitely. So I just want to let you know, please look at this video if you don't know what a need versus a want is, okay?
And like,
comment,
and subscribe.
All right. Well, once again, thanks so much for enjoying us. Take care.
We'll see you next time.